Rob, what's our third main topic today?
Our third main topic comes to us from Emilio. Hey, John and crew, love the show. I just saw an article that states that the world premiere or red carpet premiere of Wakanda Forever was originally set for November 1st, but has now been bumped up to October 25th. What do you think of this? Is it a strategic move to undercut Black Adam? Do you think it's a show of good faith for the quality of the movie? I'd love to hear y'all's thoughts.
All right, Emilio, thanks a lot for saying that in. And this is actually not usual. This is actually pretty unusual for an actual premiere date to this close to it shift its date, because there are actually a lot of logistics. If you've ever been to one of these premieres, there's a lot of logistics that goes into these things. The cities have to shut down streets. You have multiple facilities that are being booked. You have security, all this kind of stuff. There's a lot of moving pieces. So it's not really normal for a release date, the premiere date to be bumped like this. It's not that it's never happened. It's just not normal. So why did they move this date? Well, I think there are a couple of things you could look at. And there's a couple of options that are put out there by the folks over at The Direct, who they had some theories as well. They said the following. It says there are a number of reasons why Disney may have chosen to shift the world premiere date of Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It could be a case of talent availability or logistics around planning the event. It may be the case that this premiere date fits better with the film's marketing campaign. Or, as some fans are speculating online, it could be the case that an earlier world premiere shows Disney's confidence in its upcoming Marvel movie. Typically, the social review embargo for a film would drop after its world premiere. In the past, it seems that Marvel has kept the world premiere and theatrical release dates closer together in order to avoid the spread of spoilers, which could ruin the experience for audiences. All right, so there's a couple of options in there that I think we can disqualify. One, they're changing the date because the new date would better fit with their marketing campaign. I think we can get rid of that as an option because they would have known that 6 months ago. They've known what their marketing campaign is for a long time. They didn't just figure it out at this point. Also, logistics isn't a bad one, but again, they would have, a lot of moving pieces, a lot of things they have to book, but these are all things that would have been done and settled and signed and agreed to months ago. So I don't think that's it either. I also don't think they're going to move their premiere date to try to ruin Black Adam. Number one, I don't know that there's going to be a lot there to ruin. Number two is it's just the premiere of it, right? So no big deal. I think the most likely, not necessarily the right answer, but I think the most likely here is exactly the one thing you mentioned in the email and that they mentioned as well. They think they want to get the word of mouth out even earlier. Maybe now they've got their final cut. They've seen it. They are more confident that they want that out. Because once you put it at a world premiere, then the word is out there. Because here's the thing. At world premieres, no embargoes. Because you're just an invited guest. You're going to these things. There are no embargoes after a world premiere. Because if you go to a world premiere, you can talk about it however you want. You can spoil everything. You can do whatever you want after that. So they must feel very, very confident in this movie for them to move it to that date. Whether that's the reason they moved the date, I'm not sure. But if they weren't confident in this and they needed to move the date, I think they would have moved it a little bit closer to the actual release day of the film to try to keep the bad word of mouth from spreading. They have to be supremely confident, and that's good. But Christian, you and I both know that by putting this world premiere even earlier, they are all but assuring almost every spoiler available in this movie is going to get out there because, again, guests at a world premiere are not under embargo. And so they are rolling the dice. They are taking the benefit of having what I believe is probably going to be huge positive word of mouth, weighing that against the possible drawback. But listen, they've seen a number of their big project films, how spoilers come out, and ain't hurt them at all. So I don't know. You look at the situation. You've attended these things. What do you see as some of the probable reasons they've decided to make this world premiere even earlier?
Well, I'm with you. I don't think the marketing side of it is a part of it. I think that they, like you said, they would have had that in check. I do think there's a possibility with the scheduling stuff. I don't think that maybe that's necessarily the definitive answer, but I think it's a possibility where whether or not it's in the contract or not, things come up and they're like, well, so-and-so is not going to really be there. Coogler wind up having this thing that he had to do and we know about it in advance. Could we move it forward? And I also agree that they're not going to move it forward if they don't have confidence in it.
Yeah.
But I do think that that's probably, I remember them they've done premieres like, I mean, this is like a month before. They've done premieres 3 weeks before. Not so quick, but I think that answers your question as far as spoilers go, where they were pretty good with people not spoiling stuff. And there was some stuff that leaked here and there, but not, it's still, I think that they have confidence enough that they can keep it under wraps, but maybe they don't care. Maybe and we're going to talk about it a little bit, spoilers right now, I don't think that they're undercutting Black Adam at all, by the way. And with Black Adam, I think Black Adam is leading with the marketing of, guess who's might show up or who's going to show up.
Which we're going to talk about that in a minute.
We're going to talk about that in a minute. And I think that that's kind of what they're leading that marketing on through press and everything. And maybe there's some big moments that happen for anybody who sees it, press or whatever. There's some big moments. Oh my God, when you see what happens, they're hoping for that. So I do think that that's the main reason. They have confidence in it and they want people buzzing about it.
Hey guys, we want to take a second to thank the sponsor of today's video, Raycon. Now you guys know I've been using Raycon as a part of my morning routine for a long time now. I love getting up, getting on my treadmill, pulling out my iPad and watching my favorite tech YouTubers like Linus Tech Tips, another good Canadian kid by the way. And my Raycon wireless earbuds come through for me every time. Raycon's everyday earbuds look, feel, and sound better than ever. With optimized gel tips with the perfect in-ear fit, these earbuds are so comfortable and they will not budge. Trust me. My Raycons give me 8 hours of playtime and a 32-hour battery life. And one of the best things about Raycons is that they are priced just right. You get quality audio at half the price of other premium audio brands. It's no wonder Raycon's everyday earbuds have over 50,000 five-star reviews. And when I'm on my treadmill, the earbud tap functions help me stay hands-free and the noise isolation is fantastic. So guys, go to buyraycon.com today and use the promo code Campea15 to get 15% off your Raycon order. That's code Campea15 at buyraycon.com to score 15% off. Buyraycon.com, code Campea15.
Rob, we hear about this, the premiere, and thus the buzz for Black Panther has now been moved up. It's now in late October. What do you think about this move, and what do you think brought it on?
Well, I think that Disney and Marvel were left between a rock and a hard place because the Wakandan and the Taliban governments couldn't decide who they were going to send and when they were going to be at the premiere.
Yeah, and so who's wearing what.
Yeah, and it was just so Disney just said, fine, you know what? Enough. You guys figure it out amongst yourselves. We're going to move the premiere up. By the way, you
said Taliban right. I'm proud of you. That's great. Well done.
Oh, well, look, I actually was talking to somebody at Marvel the other day, and they were explaining about this infighting. I don't know. I can't. So I think that's why they moved it up, and they're like, you guys, if you want to show up at the premiere, go right ahead. But they're tired of dealing with the infighting. But in all seriousness, I think that they know what they've got. The movie's opening. When is it opening? It's the 11th of November. Why not build this buzz? Mm-hmm. Why not? I'll tell you something funny. There was William Shatner's manager said something.
It always comes back to Shatner,
one
way or the other.
But his manager told me something. He goes, when you have King Kong.
Stop calling his house.
And he was.
He doesn't want your dick pics. Stop it.
It comes back and he says, when you go back to the 30s, the whole thing about the story of King Kong, when you've got the attraction everybody wants to see, when you've got that thing, and he called it King Kong, meaning a stand-in for anything big. If you've got King Kong and the public wants to see it, you use that. Wakanda Forever, in my mind, I think in the minds of the movie-going public, this is the most exciting movie of the year. I mean, people would say, well, Top Gun was. No. We knew Top Gun was an iffy thing. Wakanda Forever, this movie means so much to so many people. It looks epic. It's probably going to be awesome. Why not put it out earlier to generate that much more word of mouth? Why not get out? Because if it wasn't great, they wouldn't give it this lead time. They know it's great. They know people are going to talk about it. I think they're going to create a fever pitch with this movie. I mean, I'm going to change all my hot toys here in front of my desk. I'm going to put Killmonger and Shuri in the throne of Wakanda. I can't wait. I'm going to put my T'Challa in his black light. I can't wait. I'm so excited for this movie. I think everybody else is. They put it out sooner. They get 2 more weeks. 2 more weeks of word of mouth of people buzzing. By the time this movie comes out, I think they want a $200 million opening weekend, and this is going to help them get to that.
It can do it. Now, I've been skeptical a little bit over the past year and a half or so about what is the ceiling for the box office success of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever because of 2 main factors. They lost their lead actor. They lost their lead character. And I think that hurts. I think that hurts. One thing I've never doubted, though, is as long as Ryan Coogler is directing this thing, the guy who did the first Creed, the guy who did Fruitvale Station, the guy who did the first Black Panther, as long as he's directing it, It's going to
And
be
writing.
great. And right. It's going to be great. But you know, I'll tell you what, that first trailer, that when they dropped that first trailer and the emotions that it caused and stirred, my skepticism about what the ceiling of this movie could be financially seemed to dissipate, and that ceiling seems to have gone up. So I completely believe a $200 million opening weekend is within the realm of possibility.
They dropped
now.
a trailer again this morning. They dropped a behind the
Oh, little
scenes
featurette. Yeah, that
thing,
featurette thing.
And I'm gotta tell you, you know, I mean, Angela Bassett, when she shows up on screen, I go where she points me.
100%.
I do whatever she says.
And then the other, yes, I think that it's a Marvel movie. It was going to do well. Another reason I do think it's going to do 200 million is another conversation we had off air before the show started. There is not a lot of stuff coming out by the end of the year. You got Black Adam this month, right? You got Black Panther, you got Avatar.
Besides Avatar, it's just a lot of Oscar.
That's
stuff.
what I mean.
Right,
I'm talking about as far as big budget.
Absolutely,
get people to the theater.
What's going to suck up the box office
Right.
dollars?
And with having someone like Ryan Coogler and what he's one of my favorite directors, hands down, because of the passion and stuff that he puts into movies, getting him involved in the big budget IP franchise was one of the smartest moves they ever made, because you took that independent feel and what he did with Fruitvale Station, the emotion he got out of that smaller movie, right? And then how he added that to a little bit of a bigger movie with Creed, and then how he added that to the big movie in Black Panther, and now he's got this emotional, everything that he had to deal with and everything that the cast had to deal with the passing of Chadwick Boseman. This is going to be a phenomenal film. With him at the helm.
Another thing, if this by opening it early, getting great notices, they're going to goose the pre-sales as well. So people that haven't bought in already,
right.
There's another 2 weeks of pre-sales that they're going to get. So they're going to get the box office even that much
Taylor,
higher.
do me a favor. Look up, see if they've announced when tickets go on sale for Black Panther. Because
They're on sale.
Are they on sale already?
They're
Yeah.
on sale, and
they're on sale.
the movie comes out actually 1 month exactly from today.
Oh, we should have done Ticket Watch, Ray. What were we doing?
we
We should have done a Ticket Watch on that, although I didn't hear anything about websites crashing. So I know I got my Black Adam tickets.
Because I think didn't they go on sale today with that featurette that they released?
No, I got my tickets like maybe a week and a half ago,
you
but they
did.
went on sale at like 6 or 5 in the morning. So
You know what
maybe
we're going
that's
to
why
do?
the site's sitting.
We're going to have to book a John Campea Show fan screening. We're going to have to book a theater and have a fan screening in LA, I think. So yeah, I think we're going to do that. Anyway, all right, guys.
Close to me.
Yeah, much closer to Jonathan. Question is for you guys. What do you think about this? They have now moved up the premiere date, which means the word of mouth about it can get out now significantly earlier. What does that tell you about how they feel about the film? Why do you think they made the move in the first place? Whatever you guys think, jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.